In the webinar recording that you are about to watch, we really wanted to break things down as simply as possible in a technical fashion. It's hard to achieve the goals that you set for yourself year over year if you don't know how to do it. So we broke down 5 of our favorite features, the ones that we think can be the most impactful for you, and we showed you how to find them, how to use them, and some quick tips on how to make those as impactful as possible. We think it'll be really helpful whether you attended and you're just reviewing or this is your first time in. Take a look.
Good morning. Wow, those numbers are popping up fast. We are so excited to get into this content this morning or afternoon. If you're on the East Coast, I guess it's noon. Happy lunchtime. We are going to wait just a minute or so and give people a chance to get logged in. We had almost 1,900 customers register for the session. So we are excited. We're going to have a really good technical session to kick off the year here. So for those of you that have never been on a BombBomb deep dive customer session before, welcome. We are so excited to have you. My name is Alicia. I'm the national speaker here at BombBomb. I'm joined by my co-host, Mr. Kevin Andrews. Kevin is our client enablement manager. What's up, Kevin?
What's going on? How is everybody today? How are you, Alicia?
I'm doing good. I'm glad
you're in the office. You must have like trudged through the snow. We got a bunch of snow here in Colorado today. So
I did. We had a 2-hour delay, which means that my morning gets messed up because kids, sleep in and all of that crazy, but it was good.
We had a full cancellation today. So like I've got kids running all over the place.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
So I'm going to go over a couple housekeeping items for you. The first thing is that I want you to pay attention to that chat box at the bottom. Some of you are already using it. Go ahead and open up that chat window. You want to make sure that you have that who can see your messages set to everyone, unless you want to just chat to myself or Kevin or one of our helpers there. But let us know where you're joining us from today. We're so excited to be kicking off the new year with you. We also have a Q&A box on the bottom. Okay. Now, when we have hundreds and hundreds of people on a session like today, as you see, that chat moves real quickly. So the chat is a great place for you to interact throughout the session. If you think something is really cool, or, oh, I've tried that and I love that feature, or I had great success with that, share those comments in the chat with your fellow webinar attendees. But if you have really important questions that you want to have answered, you want to make sure you put those in the Q&A box, okay? I have Michelle, James, and Kelsey that are going to be helping us out. They're going to moderate chat for us. They're going to say hello in chat. They're going to answer some of those questions, and they're going to make sure that they leave some of those questions at the end so that we can answer them for everyone. But you want to make sure those Q&As go in the Q&A box, your chat stuff goes in the chat, and we'll have a great session. If you just logged in, welcome. We're going to jump right into this content today. Today is going to be a really technical session. We focus on strategy sometimes we have guests talking about things, but today we really wanted to dive into some of our most popular and most utilized features, because we give you all of this strategy and all of these ideas of things that you can do with video. But sometimes you guys get stuck on the actual execution of just doing it. So that's what we're going to do today. Kevin and I are just going to dive in. This is our agenda. Features. You guessed it. We're going to walk through our 5 most popular features. We're going to actually technically walk through it with you. So here's some ways for you to make this really beneficial today. Okay. The first thing is that I want you to think of some of the places, the top 3 places that you want to be using video this year. Because when we start talking about some of these technical things and some of these features, it might help you really be able to put those together. So think of the places where you're really wanting to use video in your business. Is it for answering more questions, right? Is it having a bigger video library so that you're ready to answer questions and have stuff on the go? Is it that you want to do a better job of reaching out to your past clients or getting more referrals? Whatever it is, think about those in the context of some of the features that we're talking about. This one's important, okay? Kevin does a lot of this with client enablement and teaching sessions like that. And we know how important it is for you to be building that muscle memory. So we want you to have your BombBomb account opened up and logged in, okay? So take a quick second. It'll be a minute or so before we're actually diving into a feature here. So open up your BombBomb account, have it on a separate window, get logged in so that you're ready to go. And then as we're walking through stuff, we want you to do the steps with us as we're showing you so that you can kind of build some of that muscle memory. And when you come back to it, you'll have already done it 1 or 2 times. You will get a recording, guys. We always send out a recording. So if you miss something, it's okay. You're going to have an opportunity to go back to this recording. Excuse me. Our helpers there in chat, they're going to be putting support articles in places where you can find these resources, but don't worry. When we send out the email recording, we will include those resources there as well. Kevin, did I miss anything?
I don't think so. That's the big thing. I mean, that's what I want you to know. There is going to be a lot of content on this one, right? We're going to be going through a lot of things. Of course, Alicia and I are going to try and pepper in some added value and some added things you're not going to find. But I just want you to rest assured this will feel like a lot when you're done. And so we're going to try and give you some ways to make that practical, but also know the recording is coming your way. I think that just takes a little bit of that pressure off of if you're working on something and you miss a minute of what we're talking about, that's okay. You'll have the ability to go back. And also, we're going to reference a lot of resources we have. She mentioned that our knowledge base, which has support content, support articles, videos, things like that. If you want to learn about these, James and Kelsey and Michelle are going to be helping share a lot of those in chat. And also we've got our BombBomb studios for the on-demand courses around these features. We've got things like that. So do not stress if you miss a little nugget here and there. We'll make sure that you've got those resources. So just take a deep breath, allow that pressure to go off, and then just kind of find those 1 or 2 things that you can really hone in on that are like, oh, I can see this here. I can see this there. That's what we want you to walk away with, not all of this content. It's a lot to take in. So
yeah, it will definitely feel overwhelming. One other thing I want to point out, I did see someone in chat saying, I don't have BombBomb yet, but I'm considering it. Should I not be here? Yes, we want you here. Welcome. You are going to get a really, really good understanding of our features that our clients love the most. But we're also going to chat through some of the ways that they use those features. So if you are not a BombBomb customer yet, you are going to walk away from this session ready to sign up for a free trial so that you can start these sessions, or you might even just be ready to buy. So let's jump in. I want to start with a poll question though, okay? And this one will be for our customers, or maybe if you're not a customer, you might get a sense of what you might actually want. But this poll question is, what is a feature at BombBomb that you wished you were using more? Is it the screen recorder? Is it that in-video call to action? Is it our mobile app? Is it the Chrome extension? Is it our video page? You might not even know what your video page is, right?
I was just thinking that as you said that, they might go, I don't even know what you're talking about.
I don't even know what my video
That's
page is.
great. Glad you're here.
If you don't know what your video page is, you certainly will. I've got that question up there. It looks like we've got 29-30% participation. I'm going to give you just another couple seconds there to answer that poll question. We've got like a pretty tight race here for features, which, this is why we picked these 5 features. We know that these are the features that our customers not only use the most, but our customers that aren't using them are like, oh, I wish I used that more. What is that? I want to know more. All right, I'm going to go ahead and end the poll. We are just at about 50% answered. I appreciate you guys. Yes, we will explain what the Chrome extension does if you're not sure what that was. All right, I'm going to share the results. So it looks like 31% want to see that screen recorder, want to use the screen recorder more. 22% are in video CTA, 25% the mobile app. Chrome extension, we're at 5%. Honestly, my guess is that that's so low because most people are probably using the Chrome extension already in their everyday to day. That's my assumption. And then that video page at 18%. Well, that's a good place to jump right in. The first feature that we're going to jump into, and I'm going to turn it over to Kevin so he can share his screen, is we are going to jump into that screen recorder. Now, I love the screen recorder. The screen recorder is one of those features that I don't care what industry you're in, there is a use case for it. One of my favorite use cases of the screen recorder is for our real estate clients and our mortgage clients that send, we call them surprise CMAs. So if you're in the real estate industry, you know, you already know what a CMA is. If you're not in the real estate industry, it's basically just letting you know what the value of your home is. But for real estate agents, they're able to use the screen recorder and pull up a document, house prices, the MLS, and really walk a client through exactly how much their home is worth right now, and then just send it off. So that's like a surprise CMA. We see clients using the screen recorder for going over documents or contracts, going over a website, right? Like if you need to be able to record your website to walk a client through how to set up their own profile or things like that, really anything that you want to show and tell, the screen recorder is going to be a benefit there. Kevin, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Yeah, you know what's really funny? You'll all crack up about this. Literally, as Alicia's starting to talk through, like ready to hand it over to me and I'm going to show everything, I get a little notification on my computer that says, Chrome is up to date. It must restart now. And I'm going, oh no. So for those of you that have been in like, I don't know how to do the technical stuff, guess what? It happens to all of us. Thankfully, it restarted really fast and we're good to go. But what we want to do is Alicia already mentioned some of the good strategies and ways that you can use the screen recorder, but let's really walk through the technical aspects of where do you find it? How do you use it? So one of the things that you're going to see as we're walking through a lot of these technical things is ultimately with the screen recorder and with our recorder, it doesn't matter where you launch it, it's going to look really similar. So you'll see this as we jump into the Chrome extension in a minute here. If you're using an integration of ours through Outlook or through Gmail or through it's connected to your CRM in some way, because we have so many of those, know that you may be launching our recorder in a different place, but the process is going to look very, very similar with where you're going. So I'm just in the web app right now, in our BombBomb web app. So I'm going to go ahead and click on new video here, and it's going to take me to the page where we have our live video recorder here. So you can see also one of our new interesting features that maybe you've never seen in the web app. We have recording notes here. We're not talking about that, but I've already used it a handful of times since we launched this, where I just put bullet points of what I want to talk about. So I have that as a reference. But what I want to draw your attention to here is I've got my live video recorder, and I can click on this little button here that says record screen in the bottom left. That's where you're going to click to actually launch the screen recorder itself. Now, one thing I do want to talk about, and I'll click on this and let you kind of see what I'm talking about. If you have never used this before, so if you're going through launching our screen recorder for the first time right now on your computer, it is something that has to be downloaded on your device. So know that that's really important to understand. Of maybe you've used our screen recorder at your work computer, but you've got a personal computer at home. You will still have to download it that first time on your computer. Now, when I click on this, you'll see this screen here where it gives you options. If it's not automatically downloading this, or if you're having any hiccups, you've got some choices that you can click on as you're going through that. But what you're seeing is, and let me drag this over here, is it still sharing the right screen and everything, Alicia? I just want to make sure it didn't throw anything off there.
So the recorder box is on your other screen, it looks like, is what.
Oh, okay. Well, you'll get to see a glimpse of some different things that are going on here. I'll even pull some nice little quotes up so you can see that as we're working through this. So basically what the opportunity is it's going to show your screen. So I'm still going to have my face on the screen, and it's going to show all of the things that are on my desktop as well. So maybe you're seeing me move around some windows and pulling some things back and forth. That is the really incredible power of what the screen recorder does. Those examples that Alicia was talking through of, you can pull up contracts, you can pull up websites, you can pull up so many different things. I honestly think I screen record as much as I just send basic videos, just standard videos to people. Why? Because it saves me so much time, right? I used this for an example yesterday of I had a document pulled up, some different email templates that I was writing and some things, and I was like, I need somebody to review this. Great, I'm going to record a video with that template pulled up, walk them through the specific things I want them to look at, and then now they've got just a clear explanation, so we don't have that back and forth of emails going back. Yep. Alicia, can you see my actual little video with the menu on it and stuff? Is that showing up? There's
Not
hiccups with Zoom, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's always a conflict when you're sharing your screen for Zoom and then you're trying to record your screen and share your screen with the screen recorder. We know that we are going to run into some technical hiccups trying to do this live, but we still want to try and give you guys the best experience of what it looks like to walk through these steps. The other thing that I think is really cool about the screen recorder is that it's going to record anything that's on your screen. So you could have multiple tabs pulled up if you need to click through things, right? You can have another window that you could drag over. You could essentially do like a little mini presentation or a demo, because every single thing that you do on that screen when it's recording is going to end up in the video.
Now, this is also a really good point of something to be aware of. Everything that is on your screen will be visible, right? If you've got a funny picture that your brother sent you that has a silly name on it that's now on your desktop, people will see that. And if you're okay with that, no problem at all. But what we don't want you to do is get into trouble with having things that are accidentally be seen by clients that shouldn't see them. Or even to take it a step further, sensitive information, bank account numbers, account numbers, anything like that. If you're in financial services or you're in the mortgage industry, right? You don't want to be showing other clients' content to somebody by accident because it's on your screen. Be very aware. Before you click the record button, do a quick scan of your screen to make sure, yes, everything looks good here, right? I don't have any silly names because I was sending a joke to somebody that would not be funny to this person that's going to see this video, right? That is probably the number one rule when it comes to the screen recorder to be aware of. The benefit is that you can pull up and show lots of different things. I can have a PowerPoint and then pull a web browser over and then pull a picture up. However, just be aware that it does show everything. Can you see this screen here that I pulled up kind of from the support article at all, Alicia?
I'm not, Kevin. I'm just.
What are you seeing? Tell me what you're seeing.
I'm seeing the video, the new video page.
Okay.
Title your video. There you go.
Okay, I wanted to make sure. I didn't know what screen was actually being shared with these adjustments and stuff. So the reason I pulled this up is because I want you to see what your video looks like when you launch the screen recorder and some of the options that you have. So when I've got my little camera, I can click and drag my camera wherever I want to. I can put that wherever on the screen so that if I'm in the middle of something and I switch screens and all of a sudden a piece of important information is behind me, I can move that, right? And I can drag that around throughout the video. But I also want to show you some of these where you've got a camera on or off option. You do have the option to just share your screen and not actually show your face. I want to encourage you to the nth degree, do not turn your face off. There's some really good psychological data to if they see you and the information simultaneously, they are tying you as the expert. They're tying you to the one that's providing that information, as well as all the other stuff where they're seeing your face, they're seeing all of your inflection and all of those pieces that are helping them build that relationship deeper with you. I cannot encourage you enough to keep your video on. However, there may be a situation where you have to get something out. Know that it is an option. You can click this camera button and your video will disappear off of that and it's just your screen. Now, the flip side of that is maybe you want to go into full screen mode of just your video and you want to switch back and forth from showing your desktop to showing this. I don't know if it'll work
I have
or
a
not,
really great use case of why you would want to do that. So
please,
like, for example, say, for example, you start off your screen record video with like a chart or a document or something, and you're talking about the data and you're working through the data and you're talking about it. And now you want to wrap up that video and you want them to focus on you and kind of what your wrap up is. That's a perfect time that you've had the screen share on. So your video is small, you've got the document, you're walking through the document. Now you're done talking about the document. You can just click that button and it goes back to your face full screen mode. And you can say, all right, Kevin, now that you've seen those numbers, you've got to make a decision. Do you want to go with plan A or do you want to go with plan B, right? Because for that moment, you want your face to be big. You don't want your face to still be this little tiny face down here and then the screen to be taken up by the document. You've shown the document. While you're recording, you can just click that. And now the document goes away. It's your face in big screen.
That's actually a practice I've really learned to use exactly to your point, Alicia, is I end most of my screen record videos with my face full size. I end with them seeing me, saying goodbye, kind of building a little bit more of that connection with the person they're reaching out to, because I don't want them to think it's all business, right? I want to kind of talk. So I love that. Great use case of a way you can do that. A couple of the things I've been seeing come up in chat is, What if I have two screens? Can I choose my screen? Can I show both at the same time? So with our screen recorder, it is going to be one screen at a time, but you can choose what you want. So I can click my settings icon here, and let me actually drag this over so you all, it's not gonna let me move it, of course. Let me see if I can scroll down on this and it'll show us. It does give you the option to choose your microphone, to choose some different things like that so that you can choose which screen you want, screen 1 or screen 2, your camera, your microphone, and some of those pieces. So to answer those questions, it's not going to let me drag it over just with the Zoom share right now. You do have the ability to also pick those settings for those of you that are asking those questions.
Yeah.
The last setting here, and then we'll fly through real quick, just a quick screen record, and we're going to move on to the next feature here is, we also, for those of you that don't know about this, have the ability for you to add a virtual background into your videos. Now you can do that from just a standard video of just you looking at it, or you can add that with our screen recorder. And it, of course, it doesn't show it on here, but there's a little screen, a virtual background option that you can click. You can upload a background and do that. And it's only going to add that virtual background on your small portion of the video. It's not going to take over your screen record. That will still be the primary spot. But if you're in a place where you're not comfortable recording, like if I didn't want people to see all my hat collection, which a couple people have already pointed out, I can hide that. I can use a virtual background to be really, really specific with that. So just know there are multiple options on the screen record that you can choose. Otherwise, let me see if I can walk through. I'm just going to do a quick record as I kind of keep talking, because I think it's even recording my other screen as I do this. But I want you guys to see, just as I move some things around, what that looks like and what the video will show up like in the actual account itself. So the great part is with our screen record, it takes you out, you download our screen recorder, you record it. And then once you click done and continue, all we have to do is hop back into our account where we started recording. And now we see this video here, right? So I'll go ahead and even just screen as I do so this. That you guys can. But I want you guys to see, just as I move some things around, what that looks like and what the video. I'm moving all of those pieces around, and that's what the person is going to see in that. From this point on, saving the video is exactly like your normal video options. How do I save it and share it? So I'll even just name this screen record test. We'll go ahead and click the save button. And then the sharing options are identical to what you would normally have with any video that you use. So it adds that one little extra step where you jump out, screen record, but then it takes you right back into the normal process that you're familiar with.
Another cool thing about the screen recorder, and then I want to address a couple questions that I'm seeing there as well as chat. The cool thing about the screen recorder is that the same way that BombBomb takes the first 3 seconds of your video and loops it into an animated GIF, well, you're going to get the same thing with the screen recorder. So what you see here is those first couple seconds of Kevin recording and moving stuff around. But think about this, okay? We have clients that are using this even for prospecting, because when they open up the video, they're going to see what's on that screen. So say, for example, pulling up a client's website, right? If you're recording their website on that initial, first couple seconds, maybe you're a website designer and you're prospecting and you want to show them some of the ways you could make their website look better. Well, that's a really compelling thumbnail image, because as soon as they open up the email, they'll see your face and they'll see their website, right? That's really compelling. They're going to click on it. Same thing for LinkedIn prospecting, right? If you pull up someone's LinkedIn profile on the screen recorder, we have lots of sales reps that do this for prospecting, because if someone opens up a video and they see their LinkedIn profile right there, well, they're going to press play. So not only does the screen recorder give you the ability to show and tell and go over documents and contracts and websites and all of these types of things, that screen recorder also gives you some extra ways to get attention in those first few seconds of the video.
Mm-hmm. There are honestly endless strategies and endless opportunities. My wife actually owns, you guys have probably heard me talk about her before. She owns an interior design company here, and she does virtual design where they do 3D renderings and mood boards and all this fancy stuff. Guess what her designers do? They use the screen recorder to record a video and show that and send it to the client with the actual links to those files, right? Now they're walking them through and explaining a few things rather than just, here's a bunch of stuff, go absorb that and tell us if you like it or not. They can now be more, there's more interaction, there's more explanation to those things. So be creative with that. Think about those times. If you're ever going, I wish I could just provide a little bit of a better explanation. That's an amazing kind of thing to go, that triggers me to the screen recorder itself.
Yeah.
I know we have so many questions and stuff here. I don't want to spend, are there any other like really important ones you want to touch on before we jump, Alicia?
Really important one to touch on before we jump to in video call to actions. I saw a question about length of video. Okay, BombBomb videos, you can record a BombBomb video that's like 30 to 45 minutes in length, okay? Why would you ever want a video that long? Probably unlikely unless you're saving training videos in your account and things like that, okay? But when it comes to the screen recorder, you cannot record a 30-minute screen recorder video. The screen recorder videos should only be about 4 to 5 minutes. You kind of max out at 5 minutes of length on the screen recorder because it's such a bigger thing than you recording your video. So a screen record video can only be about 5 minutes in length, whereas a BombBomb video could be like 30 to 45 minutes without that screen record, okay? Now, in terms of like technical, like, well, how long should my video be? It's kind of impossible to do that on a broad spectrum. Your best piece of advice is that if you don't know the person and you're building a relationship with them and they don't know who you are, then that video needs to be really, really short, okay? If you have a more established relationship and you're giving them information that they have already asked for, then you can get away with a 2 or 3 minute video, okay?
Yep.
That's my
just around this theme, if this is something that you're really passionate about, how do I get my video played more often and those sort of things? We hosted a webinar just on that topic a couple of months ago. So if you go to bombbomb.com/webinar, that's where we kind of host all of our past webinars, go find that because we really go in depth on this topic and it can be really helpful for you. One last thing on this, and then we're going to jump to our in-video CTAs. The screen recorder is only available on your computer. You're not going to see it on the mobile app right now. You're not going to see it on iPad. I did see a question about iPad Pro, those sort of things. It is something specific to the desktop because it has to be downloaded. It's not part of those pieces. So
but your phone can record your own phone screen. You don't need BombBomb for that.
That's true. You could totally do that and then upload it into BombBomb. That could be a little workaround for sure. All right, let's talk about CTAs. Let's talk about those. Now, just for clarity, Alicia, what does CTA stand for?
So CTA stands for call to action. This is a very, very important piece of any of your marketing and email communication. In fact, if you're sending an email to someone and you don't want them to do anything with that email, then you should probably ask if you should even send the email, right? So the call to action is what you are telling the person that you want them to do after they've read the email. Is it schedule an appointment? Is it click this, thing to get more information? Is it to, I don't know, reply to this email and let me know? Whatever it is, that's your CTA. Now, a lot of times when you're writing emails, the call to action just kind of is at the bottom of the email, right? Please reply to this email. BombBomb gives you the opportunity to actually build a CTA into your video that pops up a few seconds into the video, and you can link anything that lives on the website or on any website.
Anything that has a URL, right? Literally any link you can find. Now, it won't be documents necessarily. It won't be some of those sort of things, but I'm going through the process of just recording the video as a test example for this so you can see exactly where this is. So there's actually two options. You do have the ability now to go back to past videos and add a CTA. I can show you that in one quick second here. But the one I want to show you more immediately is I just recorded. I know I want an in-video CTA. Where is it? Well, after you're recording on this re-record play, kind of the review phase after your video, we've got this little toggle down here that says CTA next to it. If you toggle that on, it's going to give you a couple of options. And this is actually exactly what the button will look like in the video itself. The first option here is the button title. So I think one of the best use cases, Alicia, you talked about is calendar links, schedule here, scheduling appointments. So many people do that. So one of the best practices for that is make sure there's a verb in this. With all CTAs, have something that's actionable for them to do. Click here, schedule here, look here, right? We could go crazy with verbs, I guess, for the rest of the time, but we don't need to. So go ahead and do that. You're going to type in what you want the button to say, and it will show you that in the button example. And then you're going to copy and paste the link to that button. So for my case, I'm just going to literally go to Google just as an example so I can show you. One of my best practices, this is not an end all be all, but I would always recommend copying the link and pasting the link in rather than trying to type it out. Yes. We don't want to create a bad experience where we do a little typo or we forget one of the hidden things in the URL that we didn't know was there, right? So if you just go copy that, paste that in, and then click the Save CTA button, we now have this CTA saved in our video. So I'm going to go ahead and save this so I can show you exactly what this looks like when somebody receives it. It's not going to show the CTA right when the video starts playing because we don't want to distract them immediately with like, here's what we need. What we do is we give them a couple of seconds. I believe it's 3 seconds into the video. It will start. I'm going to mute this so you don't have to listen to me. You can see my video is playing here. And then the CTA is going to pop up after about 5 seconds here in the top right corner. All somebody has to do, they can click on that at any point. So again, back to some best practices and things, reference it, talk about it, point to it, really be vocal in this. The hardest thing about call to actions is people don't see them, people miss them. It's rare that they don't want to follow through. If this is an intentional personal email, it's that they didn't know. Maybe they didn't make it far enough into your video to know you wanted them to do something. Maybe they didn't see the link below the video. We don't want to leave that to chance. So make sure you're referencing that. Hey, you probably saw a little button click up in the top right corner here. Why is that there? That actually links it. I wanted to make your life so much easier and just give you my calendar link so you're not having to hunt for it, right? So they can then literally click that and it takes them to the link that you have saved for them. So since it's to Google, it doesn't look that fancy, but there's lots of use cases you can see.
So Calendly was one that I saw someone ask specifically about. Absolutely. You can link your Calendly link and put it in there. I saw someone ask about link public file URL to a document on Google Drive. Yes, absolutely. You can link a document on Google Drive. You could link a YouTube video. You could link your website, right? Maybe your video is, learn more about us. Right. Whatever.
I've even seen, to get into full BombBomb like inception status, is I've actually seen people who have more evergreen style videos. For those of you that don't know, evergreen is a video that can be reused time and time again because it doesn't name somebody specifically. So for example, maybe you have a portal on your website that your clients need to access. You record an evergreen video that gives access to that portal. And then I have seen people record personal videos and then link the video to that evergreen video in a CTA in their BombBomb account. Oh, so it's literally going, I already have that video. I don't want to re-record that whole walkthrough of getting to my portal. I'll grab that and then I'll do a, hey, Alicia, it's Kevin here. Hey, I just wanted to record you a quick video to my portal so that you didn't struggle through that. But I wanted to make you sure that I'm here for anything you need. So let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, click on that link and that'll take you to that video. Right?
Pamela in chat said a link to her online store with Shop Now as the CTA. Brilliant.
Yes, that's
brilliant.
Perfect. Yes, why have I never thought of that as an example? That's so perfect. That's great. I also, one of my favorite ones, Alicia, I don't know if you've ever received this. We have an employee that works at BombBomb. Her name is Elia, and she is just an absolutely delightful person. She will send me videos and then just put things in the CTA that have nothing to do with anything just to make me laugh.
Yes.
She'll like, this was a funny video that I saw, just thought it might brighten your day.
Yeah.
It's just such a fun, creative way. And every time I watch it, I'm like, I'm so glad I got that random picture or that random GIF or video or whatever. If you've got clients that their humor and you find something they could appreciate, be creative with this. Have fun with these things. That's how you build those deeper relationships and rapport and things. So I haven't been looking at the chat and Q&A. What do you see in there, Alicia?
The most common question in chat so far about the CTAs is, can you put multiple CTAs on a video? No, just one call to action. But here's the thing. Let's talk about this from a marketing strategy standpoint, okay? No email that you ever send out to anyone should have multiple calls to action in it, okay? Any email you send from this is good email practice should only have one call to action. one thing that you want them to take. If you send an email with multiple call to actions, more likely people are going to get overwhelmed and they're not going to take any of the next steps. That call to action is, here is the next step that I want you to take. Now, you can put multiple links in the rest of the email, right? Because when you send out that video is going to live in an email where you're going to have a line of text driving them to play the video, right? Thank you so much for your time today. I recorded you a video with some additional information. Press play. They press play. If you had extra links that you wanted to have that you couldn't put in the CTA, you can put those in the rest of the email. The CTA is there as like your extra layer of interest, intrigue, and driving them towards the next step you want them to take. That's what the CTA is for.
We had a great question there. Dave Gomez actually asked, hey, I recorded a video, added a CTA in BombBomb, and then actually downloaded that video and uploaded it to YouTube, and noticed that the CTA didn't work anymore. Holy cow, that first off, Dave, great. I love that you're doing all of these steps and succeeding and using video at different platforms. That's just amazing, using those different mediums. You're absolutely right. When the video is no longer hosted in BombBomb, that CTA is not going to be able to be clickable in that anymore. So that's a great caveat question to any of you that may be taking your BombBomb videos and uploading them to different sites for different reasons. Once you have it uploaded somewhere else, it's no longer that original video that's hosted in BombBomb, and an in-video CTA will not work at that point anymore, will not be clickable anymore.
So one more question before we jump to the mobile app, which this is a perfect segue to the mobile app, is can you do a CTA on a mobile app video?
You can, right?
I don't know, Kevin. I'm asking you.
Well, good. Luckily, we have our technical experts. This is something that we didn't originally have when we released it. I believe you are able to do that now. James, Kelsey, Michelle, verify me on this to make sure that I'm not wrong in this. But I do believe that. So let's talk through this, because we've actually had a couple of mobile questions as far as framing and some of those sort of things as well. So I'm going to do my best here. Let's see if the system is going to work enough where it's going to let me share my phone so that I can show you some of these pieces here. It always works when I don't really need it to work. And then when I actually need it to work, it never seems to work the right way. So let's see if we can actually pull this off here. Oh yeah, it doesn't look like it's connecting since it's a webinar, I think. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I did actually think through this ahead of time since I've had hiccups, and I pulled a video up of some of these steps. So what I want to talk through first and foremost on this is I want to make sure we're talking through how do you actually get the mobile app and what are some things you can do with that. So let me share my screen on that. And then we will, again, like we've been doing, we'll talk through some best practices and some of those pieces there. Alicia, are you seeing that slide that says mobile app keyboard? Is that showing up right now?
Yep.
Okay.
Good job.
Perfect. Thank you for just verifying that.
So,
I've definitely done presentations where I shared the wrong screen for too long. So
our mobile app, real quick, our mobile app is available on iPhone and on Android. It's in your app store. Kevin is going to walk through, I believe you're going to walk through even downloading it, right?
Yeah, so this video here, and I apologize that it's a little small on the screen. I should have made it bigger walking through from this angle, but where I've already gone to in my iPhone, so this is the iPhone version because that's the type of phone I have, is into the App Store. If you're on an iPhone, go in your App Store. If you're at Android, go in the Google Play Store. That's where you're going to start, just like if you're downloading any fun games or apps or things like that. And then all you're going to do is, like I'm doing in this video, is search for BombBomb. Literally just type BombBomb twice in a row. And this is what you want to see, is this app here with our little BombBomb logo, and it says our name and those sort of things. Now, I've downloaded it before in this video, so I've got the little cloud download icon. If you haven't, you'll get your normal icon to actually download the app from there. The great thing is the app is not massive. It's a pretty light app, so it will download pretty quickly for you as you're going through. You can see I even highlighted that download button there. So go ahead if you've never done this before. I know we got a good percentage of people saying, I want to use the mobile app more. If you don't have it, go through these steps and let's go ahead and get this downloaded here. Once you click and get it downloaded, I think I jump immediately to going in the actual open button, right? On Apple, it switches to open once it's downloaded. I am not familiar with the exact verbiage it uses on Android, but once you see that, go ahead and click the open button. And this is what you're going to see here is that little orange bar at the bottom is a login button. So that's if you already are signed up, you have your BombBomb account, you want to log in. If you are one of the many people that are on this webinar that doesn't have a BombBomb account, you can sign up directly through the app as well. I can't say that I've gone through that process, so I don't know if that's easier or if it's easier to sign up beforehand. We're going to kind of just go with the assumption now you have an account so we can show you how to use it a little bit more, right? So let's go ahead and I'm just going to play this and kind of keep talking over it. Once we click the login button, you will put in the email and password that you use to sign up. This is really, really important. I think it gets confusing sometimes if I see, oh, I can sign in with Google, I can sign in with Apple, I can use all these different things. Those are great if that's how you actually signed up for your BombBomb account.
If your Apple email address is not your BombBomb, is not the same email address that is linked to your BombBomb account, if you try and sign in with Apple, it's not going to work.
No, it will say, sorry, it doesn't recognize, and then it gets frustrating, and we don't want you to be stuck in that mode. So whatever you signed up for your BombBomb account, that's what you want to use to log in. Now, once you actually log in for the first time, you will see these couple of little steps here. We want to just try and give you a few tips as you're getting started in. I'm going to go through this pretty quick here just because we're sitting here talking you through those. So I don't think you need the automated version of that. But you can just go ahead and click the next button as well, and that will kind of work you through. And then here's what you're going to start to see. This is a really important piece. Let me see if I can pause this in the right way, is these first little pop-ups that you'll see. I think it's so tempting because we see so many of those when we download apps to just be like, whatever, no. I don't want any of this. Yeah. These are really important because some of the things that we're asking permissions for are, can we access your camera? Can we access your microphone? Spoiler alert, if you don't give us access to your camera and microphone, you can't record any videos. It makes it really, really hard to be effective with video if you don't do those sort of things. So make sure that you do give access to your video, to your camera, to your microphone in whatever way your phone works through those. Otherwise, you will not be able to record any of the stuff here. Once you do that, then what's cool is it automatically brings up your live video right there. So you can see this is literally me sitting in my office recording. That's the angle from my phone. And what a beautiful angle it is as I look at it. I'm really, really happy that that's being shown to all of you today. But let's talk through the basics of what you're seeing here, because we try to, again, simplify everything, get you to recording as quickly and easily as possible. So this menu that you're seeing in the bottom of the screen, and of course, this little menu kind of covers it a little bit. The red record button here is your record screen. That's if you want to just record a video. That's the tab that you're going to click on the bottom of the mobile app here. The next one over, and I'm going to click through these just so we don't have to go through them as slowly as I do in this video itself, is your video library. So let me scoot back here a smidge. There we go. Any video that you record, whether you're in the BombBomb web app, whether you're in an integration that we might have, whether you're on your phone, those are all saved in one central video library. You have access to those videos everywhere. So anything I've recorded on my mobile app in BombBomb, I can access on my computer when I log into my web app and vice versa. So know that this is really, really cool for being able to use these videos in lots of different ways.
And this is really, really cool for what we're going to get to in just a second as well, talking about the mobile app keyboard, because again, any video that you have already recorded is accessible on your BombBomb mobile app. So for example, let's say that you have a video that you've pre-recorded that has your calendar link, and you're at the grocery store and so you get a voicemail or you talk to someone really briefly and they say that, yeah, I'd love to I want to schedule some time with you. Right there at the grocery store, you can open up your BombBomb mobile app. You can grab that video that you've already recorded that says, I'm so excited to sit down and chat with you. Here's the link to schedule time on my calendar. Click that link up there. It's linked to your Calendly. You can grab that video while you're in line at the grocery store, text it or email it to them from your phone, and then they're going to watch that video and click on your Calendly link and schedule the appointment.
The whole point of the mobile app, and I think why so many of you are saying, I wish I used this more, is it because it really increases the flexibility for you, right? It gives you so many more opportunities than I'm just sitting at my desk, and that's when I have access to video. If you can grab these videos, like Alicia said, when you're in the middle of watching your kids' soccer practice or something like that and stay on top of some of these things, that saves you one thing you have to do tomorrow morning when you go back into the office, or one thing you have to do after the kids are in bed, or whenever you have that opportunity again, right? So this video library, this middle tab, gives you access to every video you've recorded. And here's where naming conventions and things are really important.
Yeah.
Name your videos. Somebody actually asked this as a way to organize videos. The number one thing you can do, name your videos effectively. Make sure they are being seen by the recipients. So be cautious of that and be aware that you don't want to name it to somebody that annoys you, some name that's bothering you, just so you remember, right? Name it something that's really effective. If it's like your calendar link video, to use that example, name it that. So you can come in, search for it, find it instantly in, I mean, Alicia, you and I are at what, 10,000 videos in our account?
Yes.
And because we're purposeful with our naming, we can find them easily. Then you can grab them and use them effectively there. The last tab I want to talk about real quick here in the bottom, let me see if I can scoot a little bit to it here, is tracking. We have not talked about our tracking much with BombBomb, and I did see a couple of chats come in. Can I see when somebody's watched my video, if they liked my video, if they've done different things with it? Yes. And here's where you can actually access that in the mobile app. You can see this in your web app as well. You can see this in your Chrome extension. I'll show you that real quick in the Chrome extension too. But if you click on the little bars down here, it kind of looks like a bar graph, if you will, you can scroll through the most recent tracking activity that you've seen. So some of the things that you'll be able to see on here is, did they watch your video? Yes. What percentage of your video did they watch? This is huge for CTA stuff, right? If you're going, shoot, I left my CTA till the end of the video. Did they watch enough to actually get to that point? Yeah. Or do they know what I'm asking them to do? There's ways to use that data in really, really powerful ways. You will be able to see if you did send any emails through the BombBomb system. You're not going to be able to see them if you've necessarily sent them through an integration or something like that. But if you sent them out of BombBomb or out of the mobile app, you'll be able to see those. If they reacted to your video, we're going to talk about your video page and some options there in a second. Did they like your video? Did they comment on your video that you sent? You'll be able to see all of that within your tracking. So this is a really good high-level overview of what engagement am I getting on my content. And all of that's available here. The last thing I'm not going to dive into super extensively, but know that you have options here, is we have settings. You can go in and change different aspect ratios, change some different things within there. If you're having any issues with your phone and it's not working correctly for whatever reason, of course, reach out to us, our support team, if you need it. But also, you might be able to do a little troubleshooting yourself and just look at your settings and make sure it's picking up the right things. Or if you're somebody that's a techie that likes to add microphones and add different tools, you have access to use a lot of that content there as well.
So I see some people in chat that were like, I downloaded the app. Do I enable the keyboard, full keyboard access? So last little thing on this mobile app, and then we're going to move to the Chrome extension, is that there is a BombBomb keyboard option. Okay. So what is that keyboard option? Well, it's the same thing as like the GIF keyboard. I love the GIF keyboard or the GIF keyboard. I use it all the time. I think sending GIFs is really important form of communication. The BombBomb app keyboard works the same way. I could be in a text message. I could be in Facebook Messenger. I could be in WhatsApp. Inside that app, if you enable the BombBomb keyboard, it's going to be visible just like any of your other connected keyboard apps, like the GIF keyboard. So right from WhatsApp or from my text message, I can access that BombBomb keyboard and it'll let me take a video and pop it into that message. If you want to record a video, it's going to take you back into the app to record the video so that you could pop the app. But the keyboard is really, really effective for accessing those pre-recorded videos.
I want to show you real fast. You might be going, well, how do I find keyboards, right? That might be a brand new verbiage to you. I think I can show you a little better. I'm going to hold my phone up and see if it'll adjust here. For those of you that are iPhone users, there's this little logo underneath. I'm just in a text message with you, Alicia, right now, that looks like a globe. If you click and hold on that, it brings up your keyboard options. And then you can see here in the bottom that BombBomb is a choice. And now I have my video library. I can scroll through, grab the video that I want and insert that directly into this conversation that I'm using. So the beauty of the keyboard is now not only is it accessible on my phone, right? My videos wherever I am. Now it's literally accessible in any app that I want it accessible in. I mean, I've seen questions about LinkedIn. How do I be effective with some of those sort of things? Well, this makes it a heck of a lot easier. There's a lot of strategies you can use around that, but the keyboard is a really, really cool thing that you can find, and then just click insert link and that video automatically gets popped in. You add your little text that you want around it, and now you're able to share a lot of content. So I know there's got to be a lot of questions on this. We've got about 10 minutes left and technically 2 features to go over. So I am going to jump a little bit quicker out of this one. But James or Kelsey, will one of you pull the BombBomb support article around the mobile app?
They did.
The video that I was showing is pulled from that. So if that'll look for that in chat, James, I think you're already sharing some great articles. Thank you for doing all of that. Just want to make sure that if you have any other questions, there are some other resources we'll talk you through. And again, the recording will be there after this as well. Alicia, anything super pressing on that before we move on?
Nope. Let's jump to Chrome extension. Okay,
Perfect.
so the Chrome extension is one of our absolute favorite, most utilized features. Why? Because the Chrome extension is going to give you the ability to record a video and put it pretty much anywhere that you are communicating. Okay, so the Chrome extension, we're going to walk you through it. You download it. It lives on your Chrome browser. But here's the thing that's really cool about the Chrome extension, okay? You could be in a CRM. You could be in YouTube. You could be on whatever, msnbc.com. Wherever you are, you're going to be able to access your BombBomb video recorder and your video library. So for example, if you are using a CRM that we don't have an integration for, you can open up your CRM in a Chrome browser and you will have full access to your BombBomb account inside of that CRM from the Chrome browser. So Kevin, why don't you show us how to use the Chrome extension?
I will tell you, I live in this is what I use.
Yeah.
I have access to everything BombBomb can offer, and this is where I spend 95% of my time. So really, really, I cannot speak enough about this. If you don't have it, and you have the one quick caveat, you do have to be using Google Chrome to use the Chrome extension. I know that can be a little confusing. If you use Internet Explorer or Mozilla Firefox or Safari or anything else to access the internet, this will not work. It does have to be on Google Chrome. So
but Google Chrome is free.
It is free and it's great. It's really, really good with video usage. That's why all of us use it. But if you're on Chrome and you want to find it, literally just type in BombBomb Chrome extension in your browser and search for it. And then this first link right here that says BombBomb Video Webcam and Screen Recorder takes you immediately into the Chrome store. This is where you can download this on your app. Now, I already have it, so my button says remove from Chrome. If you don't have it, there'll be a green button there that says add to Chrome. You will have to give one click of permission, and then it adds it within 3 seconds. It's very, very fast. Now, what does that mean? All of these little links up next to my URL in my browser are my extensions. So I've got fun little like color picker ones and all sorts of fun little things that I use. But what you'll see here is our little BombBomb logo. Now, if it's the first time, you will have to log in. Again, use your login that you signed up for BombBomb with. Same rules that we were talking about on the mobile app. But this is what it looks like. You're going to see, oh, that's pretty similar to the mobile app. We've got our record tab. We have our video library tab where I can search for videos and look at all my past videos. We've got our tracking tab that I was talking about where I can see plays, I can see opens, I can see all of these different things on my tracking. You can look at all of that from the extension. One of the nice things the extension does that's a little unique to it is it gives you a record yourself or a screen record option right from the get-go. So you can choose right when you're starting. It's one of the places you don't have to go record and then to screen record. You can just jump straight to it. And then I'll go ahead and launch it and pull it over here. You can see I'm still on that website. I have not left that website as I've opened any of these things. I've got my recorder. I click and record the same way I do. Hi, I'm talking. I'm giving so much value. Look at my CTA in the top corner. This is a great video. You're going to love it. Go ahead and stop that video. And then we have the same options. If I want to add my CTA, I can do that in the Chrome extension. If I want to name it here, right? So I'm going to name it Chrome extension test. We'll go ahead and save it. And then this is where that flexibility that Alicia was talking about of sharing your content is wide open. Yeah. I now have my delivery option where I can copy it for an email and paste it into a CRM if it supports kind of the email coding, the HTML coding that's needed. Otherwise, the one that I use a lot is this copy link button. For example, we here at BombBomb use like an instant messaging service. We use Slack internally as we're communicating with each other. I can copy that link, paste it into a Slack conversation, and now I can just share that video directly. I don't have to email it to somebody specifically.
Yeah.
It can be more kind of casual in that way.
So the best way to try and understand whether you would use copy for email or copy for link is whether it's coming to the person as an email or if it's coming to them in a web-based service like Facebook Messenger, LinkedIn, WhatsApp, Slack, okay? So if it's coming from email or your CRM that is emailing it to someone, then you want to use copy for email. If you're putting it in any web-based communication service like Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp, LinkedIn Messenger, Slack, anything like that, then you want to use the copy link. Text message, same thing. If you have like a web-based service like your CRM and it's going to send a text message to someone, you can use the copy link and put it into the CRM texting functionality there, and it'll send it that way. Ron says, what if you want both? Well, you're going to be sending it in two different places. So you'll have to copy for email and send it in that place, and then copy the link and then put it in the place that you are sending the link there.
Well, and the nice thing to that, Ron, as well, if I click copy link and then go paste it somewhere, guess what? I can come back, grab that video window is still open for me. Then I can click the copy email button and hop to where I need to. So that doesn't disappear until you close that window if you need to do multiple things with it.
Okay, so a couple things I want to answer here real quick. Okay, Boomtown. Yes, absolutely. We have a direct integration with Boomtown, but if you're using Boomtown texting, you can use the video link there, or you can use the CRM and use it there. Someone says, I'm really confused. You can't use this on a cell phone. That's what most people use nowadays. Susan, our mobile app that we just covered before this feature, and if you missed it, we'll send out the replay, but the mobile app is going to give you the functionality to email, text, record videos, track videos, do all of that right from your phone. Everything that you're going to want to do, you can do from your phone. The only thing that we've showed you that you can't actually do from your phone is the BombBomb screen recorder.
Yes, great. These are such good questions. Thank you for asking these. I think sometimes when we talk about this so much, we get so used to it and we understand all these intricacies. So thank you. I mean, that's why we've got James and Kelsey here to help explain a lot of those things, and we'll try and bring as much clarity as we can. If you've got, is there another one?
HubSpot, Surefire. Yes. BombBomb used to use HubSpot for a long time. If you were a BombBomb customer a couple years ago and you were getting videos from us, they were coming from HubSpot. We used that Chrome extension to take videos and put them into HubSpot emails. Same thing with Surefire. Alamon wants to know, what is Boomtown texting? It's part of the Boomtown service. Boomtown is a real estate CRM, and part of the Boomtown CRM does have a texting functionality in there. Jared wants to know, is that mobile screen recording option coming out anytime this year? I don't believe so, Jared, but your phone lets you record your screen really easily from your actual phone. So I don't know if that's a function that we'll be adding to our mobile app. It just doesn't necessarily seem like we need to, because your phone will let you record your screen. And yes, it is Salesforce compatible. We actually have a direct integration with Salesforce that lets you record in Salesforce as well as access your video library in Salesforce, and it does tracking on your Salesforce side as well.
Yeah, the great question Joanna actually asked. So essentially, Chrome extension is a shortcut. Totally. It's just so you don't have to log in and out of web app and in and out of different things on your computer specifically. It's so you have access to the basics of your BombBomb account, no matter what website you're on, right? Yeah. For those of you that have Q&As or have chats on, we will for sure stick around for a little bit, because I know there's a lot coming in. So we'll stick around and try and go through those. I do want to cover the last feature we promised to you guys, the video page. In the last 2 minutes that we have this webinar.
Let's do it.
Just so those of you that need to hop off at the scheduled time can do that. So what is the video page? The basic overview of the video page is what is around your video when somebody is playing your video, what's showing up around it. So I'm going to show you where to find that in your web app so that we can show you kind of what that looks like and what some of the options are. If you log into your BombBomb account, you go to bombbomb.com, log in and hop in there. Then we're going to hover over our name in the top right, and you can see on this drop-down menu, there's an option that says video page. So let's go ahead and click on that. This is a really, really cool tool to just build some of that brand consistency for yourself. Bring some of your content, some of those CTAs, some of those pieces that you want people to know around the video itself. Now, when I played you those example videos earlier, the only thing you saw was the video and the name of the video next to it, right? When I literally copied that link and played it for you. That's because I turned all of my stuff off for this example to kind of talk you through some of these pieces. Here's what access you have and how we can change the appearance of some of this. This menu on the left side here, I'm actually going to minimize this just to give us some more screen, are the different things that we can do. So let's go ahead and turn on our logo. The logo is going to show up in the top left corner of your video page. You can put whatever logo you want. If you work with Remax and you want to just pull your Remax logo in, great. If you have your own personal branding that you want to put in there, great. You can see right here, I actually have some examples for our human-centered communication book that we released about a year ago, right? Because I wanted people to know that we have additional content for you to learn from those. You can put whatever you want to up in that top corner of your video page. Now, people ask about colors and brand colors all the time. This is where you have the ability to come in and personalize some of the coloring that's going to go in on your video page itself. Now, when you click on this little bar, we give you a lot of different options. One, there's a little color picker. If you want to go to your website and just click that little eye drop and go find it, if that's easier for you because you don't have any of the numbers around your color, great. That is an option. Do that. Be specific. Don't just pull a random red out of the system when there's a very specific reason that your company chose the red that it did, right? We want it to look really consistent there. Otherwise, we do give you access to some of these things. If you have your RGB numbers, you can put those in. I'm clicking these little arrows next to these so you can choose through what you want. If you've got your HSL percentages, you can put those in. Or this is a very common one that a lot of people have. It's called a hex code, right? So anybody that's in the design has very specific numbers for their hue and hex code. You can copy that and paste it in, and it will pull the exact orange that I want, the BombBomb exact orange, and save that in there. And now what you're going to start to see as I add some of these other things on, like my header, you're going to start to see, oh my gosh, that's the orange that I just pulled in there. We'll make that whatever color you want. So this header button gives you some options, and I know I'm going through this really, really fast. We've got some videos. We even have a BombBomb Studios course around this video page. So if you're interested in this, we've got some great resources that we can share with you. But just like the in-video CTA, you can put a CTA on your video page. This needs to be generic. Don't put a very specific calendar link on your video page if you don't want everyone to get that, because guess what? Your video page will go around every single video that you send. It's great to put things like a website, right? If you want people to have easy access to your website, that's a great one, but think generic when it comes to the CTA that's in your header. We talked about reactions a little bit earlier. Do I want people to be able to like? Do I want people to be able to reply with video or leave a comment on my video? I can turn that on or off. And you can see as I'm toggling these on, it's starting to show you what the video page looks like. Contact info. Maybe I want my profile picture on here. Maybe I want my phone number. I want my email address. I want all of these. Where does this content pull from? Your BombBomb profile. So if you hover over your name and go edit my profile, make sure that content is accurate, because once you're in your video page and you're turning these on, that's where it's pulling all of this content from. And you can see I've got social media. I've got my LinkedIn link here, but if you've got a Facebook page, a Twitter account, or whatever it is, you can put all of that content on here as well. And then the last piece of your video page is this footer area down here. Now, one of the number one things that I see people put on down here in this are their license number and disclaimers. If you work in an industry where they have to have certain disclaimers and things per regulations, per legal limits, great. You can put that in here by having your disclaimer on, by having license numbers on. Again, that content is filled out in your profile of your BombBomb account. So hovering over your name and going to this orange edit my profile button. I would say go through your profile first, fill all of that content out, then hop to your video page so you're not bouncing back and forth and losing content. But this footer area shows up at the bottom here and can have whatever information from your disclaimers and those sort of pieces. A massive, massive caveat to this. Make sure you click save changes after you load things. If you do not click save changes, you'll lose all of it. Now, I think I built my entire video page the first time I did it in about 5 minutes. It's not a long, drawn out process. You do have the ability to, you'll have to find the logo that you want to upload and those sort of things, which may take a little bit longer, but you can do this quickly. But please don't make yourself do double work by not saving it. It does not automatically save. Click the save changes button there. But what's really cool about this is now when somebody watches one of your videos, let me go ahead and save this and just make sure it's good. And then I'll even grab a video and I'll let Alicia answer some questions while I'm doing this. So we're using your time really well. But I'll show you what it looks like around the video itself, because we're giving people more access to us. We're building more brand consistency. We're putting our logo and our colors and things on there. And we're just giving them a little bit more of a well-rounded experience around the video itself. So Alicia, I'm sure there's a million things as I flew through that in 6 minutes or whatever I did. What questions are you seeing pop up while I pull that link real quick?
So I saw some in chat, and then I'm going to get to one in Q&A. So just wanted to clarify with the link sharing that a lot of when you use that link sharing, a lot of services like LinkedIn Messenger, Facebook Messenger, Slack, they will actually show that video thumbnail. Texting, it's more dependent on the end user's service provider, okay? We don't have control over when you text a video, how the other person's service provider decides to display it. Sometimes it'll be a thumbnail, sometimes it might just be the link, which is why you always want to include text with the video, letting them know what the video is, how they're gonna play there, okay? Great question right away from someone wanting to know they don't have BombBomb. Can you send me a link to sign up? If you just go to BombBomb.com, you're going to have an option to either start a free trial. We offer a 14-day free trial, no credit card required. Or you can sign up. We have tons and tons of resources there available. So BombBomb.com is the best place to go to either start your 14-day free trial or go ahead and get signed up. So there was a question about evergreen videos that I don't completely understand. It said, do I understand that evergreen videos, which I put on YouTube, will need to be saved somewhere else, or they will be gone from my BombBomb video library? Once you record a video in your BombBomb video library and you press save, it will always, always be in your BombBomb video library unless you delete it. We don't make it that easy to delete videos. Not that it's not easy, but we go through a 2-step, are you sure you want to delete it? So if you've not deleted a video, then it'll always be there in your video library. You can download it from your BombBomb account to upload it to YouTube, but it'll still be there in your BombBomb account, accessible from your mobile app, accessible anywhere, okay?
Alicia, I'll hop in. I just saw a great question from Carl in the Q&A about, is my video muted in every video that I'm sent, or is there a way to have it unmuted in the email itself? This is a really question, and I'm not going to go too technically deep into this, but short answer is no. The video is always going to be muted when it shows up in the email itself, and here's why. We are not actually uploading and putting the entire video in the email. Why is that? A lot of reasons. One, deliverability. Video files get massive really, really quick, which is a whole reason that a company like BombBomb is helpful for you, right? Because it allows you to deliver. If your video file is too big, it's not going to get delivered to the people that need to receive it. Also, spam filters. Spam filters are going to see a massive video file like that, and they're going to immediately go, this doesn't look good for my recipient. I'm not going to put it in the folder, the inbox that you as the sender want it to show up in, right? So we do not upload the full video file. What we do is we take the first couple seconds of the video that you record and we make an animated preview or a GIF or a GIF, if you've heard that term before. And that's what shows up. Why do we do that? One, tiny file, really, really small file that we can upload that's not going to interfere with those deliverability things. Two, it differentiates the video and it puts movement in the email. When people see a smiling face waving like this, that's something they want to click on and engage with versus just some random link to something that they don't know from somebody that they don't know, right? It takes some of that fear factor out of it. When they click on it, That takes them to this video page that I'm showing you now with all of that content we just built, where the video is going to play with the sound automatically, because this page is hosted by BombBomb. That's what allows us to deliver them quick, efficiently, and easily. So I hope that makes sense in the way that I described it. You're never going to see a full video playing with sound in the email itself. They will have to click to play, and it will take them to the landing
and
page.
that's not even a BombBomb functionality. That's an industry standard across the board. So BombBomb, that's not a BombBomb thing. That's a someone else. We have some really great questions that I'm going to rapid fire answer. Okay. The first one, can I upload a video to BombBomb, then share as a link? Yes, you can upload any video to BombBomb that's up to that 2 gigs in length. And then we host it. That'll give you the option to share the link, send it as an email, anything like that. Okay. How do you share your Outlook calendar in a CTA? You would need to have that. Your Outlook calendar would need to have the web link. And when you find the actual web link, if your calendar is web hosted, then you can put that link in there. Unlimited storage or limited quality of video. Guess what? You do not have a limitation on the amount of videos you can have in your BombBomb account. In fact, some of us that have been here for a long time, not just because we're employees do we have unlimited storage, but you too could have 10,000 BombBomb videos in your account if you wanted. Can you rename the link so it's not a bunch of letters and wwws? You can take a BombBomb link and rename it in another service. Okay. You do have the option to do that. You just want to make sure that your BombBomb link is correct when you're having that redirect link or anything like that.
Man, you're flying through these, Alicia. You're doing amazing. And also, just a side note, I know we've gone 10 minutes over, so if you need to jump, that's totally fine. I want to give a huge shout out to Kelsey and James and Michelle. I don't even know the number in chat, but they have answered 155 questions in the Q&A right now. So thank you, you three, for your expertise. Our support team is amazing. They are the absolute best and kindest and most wonderful humans. So thank you, the three of you, for stepping in and helping in all the ways that you are. I think we've answered. There's a couple of really specific questions here that we can try to address.
Support ones.
Yeah,
let's throw the best way to access support back there into the chat. If you did have a specific question that you didn't get answered, if you need help from us, reach out to our support team. Okay. You know, they're going to get hammered today. With all of these questions and all of this. So if it takes them a day or two to get to you, please be patient with them. Our support team is awesome, but the best thing to do is to email support@bombbomb.com. Or if you go onto our website and go onto our support page, you can search for articles. You can search by title, as well as you can chat with someone from our support team there as well.
One of the best pieces to use is if you log into your BombBomb account, there's a little get help button in the bottom right. That gives you access where we can give you some content that'll be helpful based on what you need. And then you actually do have the ability to live chat with one of our support people there. If that's a little bit easier for you than trying to email in and wait, you have those options too. So I just wanted to throw this out there as we finish up. How do we take all of this information? And again, I know it was a lot, so thank you for bearing with us in this. But really pick a feature. Don't feel like you have to utilize all 5 of these things, plus the ones that you're already using. That will be overwhelming and for me, paralyzing, right? But we really felt that one of the things that we're using new softwares with all these new goals when we start out the year is sometimes I know what goal I want to do and what tool I want to use it, but I don't know how to do that. And that's what we wanted to provide for you today. So pick a feature, use it, repeat it, right? Revise, improve. You're not going to get it perfect the first time. In fact, I've probably used things thousands of times that I'm still going, I wonder if I could do it this way. I wonder if I could fix that way, right? It's just human nature. So do that, but then also find ways to schedule in, build your video habit. Use these tools to help reach those goals that we talked about earlier on, help you reach the things you're striving for this year. But hopefully this gives you a little bit of a baseline of one way that you didn't know, or now you have a better understanding of a way to achieve that. Now, we know the caveat to this is it's not all technical when you're trying to jump into video, right? For those of you that come to these on a regular basis, we love you, we appreciate you, thank you. For those of you that don't, we offer this every month. And guess what we're talking about next month is the next step of this. How do we build our on video confidence? Because we know that a lot of us have absolutely felt this nervousness of like, man, I'd love to do a video right now. I don't know about that, right? Like something holds you back. So we're going to talk about this. This is one of Alicia and I's favorite topics to talk about. So make sure you keep your eyes open. We will definitely make sure we invite you, but we wanted to let you know that we are going to take kind of the next step. Now you've got some of the technical basics on how to do this. Now we're going to talk through some of those psychological, strategic things that might be holding you back. So man, by February, you are going to have a lot of the tools in place that you need to be able to succeed throughout the rest of the year. So I'm really, really excited about all of that.
Yeah. Well,
thank you.
Yeah, thank you all for hanging with us. Kevin, you were a workhorse today, flying through all of those features. Thank you. Thank you so much for saving me from having to try and do all that technical walkthrough.
It's my pleasure. I love it.
We appreciate you guys so much. There's about 300 of you that stuck with us. We're 15 minutes over. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We look forward to seeing you next month. Confidence on camera is one of our favorite topics, like Kevin said. Have a great rest of your day. We will send out the recording with all of those links and resources. You guys rock. Thank you for being part of the BombBomb family. If you're not part of the BombBomb family yet, we still love you. Go try that trial. All right, guys, we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you all. Stay safe. We'll see you next month.